guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the best Bluetooth tracker on a budget. Now when I say on a budget, I definitely mean it, coming in at just under £5 here in the UK. Now not to be confused with the Mexican restaurant, this is the Chipolo, it's called the Classic, so let's take a look. So what is a Bluetooth tracker? Well, as you may know, Apple has what they call their AirTags, and you can get some options from Tile like the Tile Mate. Now, why these are good is because they use very low frequency Bluetooth to basically help you find different items around your house. It might be a set of keys, your wallet, or a backpack just by using a very small plug that runs off a replaceable battery. Now, something like the AirTags come in at around £29 here in the UK for one, and then with the Tile Mate, you're looking around £37 for a pack of two, so definitely something to keep in mind. In my opinion, the AirTag's a bit more useful, but the Tile is better for the wallet. But not as good as the Chipolo Classic, as that comes in at, like I mentioned, £5 here in the UK. Now there are a ton of different options available on Amazon, so I'm going to link some others down below if you can't find this specific one. But the point of today's video is to see if a budget tracker is going to be just as good as something like an AirTag or a more expensive option. Now we're not going to be necessarily doing a comparison or side by side, but that will be coming later down the line. Today it's all going to be about the actual product itself, the setup, and just in general how easy it is to use. Now we can't talk about Bluetooth trackers without talking about the gold standard, and that is the AirTags from Apple. Now they haven't been around that long, but they've completely dominated the market recently. Now the reason for that is because the AirTag, as well as using Bluetooth, can also use other iOS devices, of which there are millions, to precisely locate exactly what you need to. Now the setup process is also very simple to do. As soon as you've got your AirTag, it pairs with your device pretty much instantly. So today we're going to be seeing if the experience on the Chipolo is going to be anywhere near similar. So first off we have the unboxing. Now as you can see here, I've gone for the red option, and it has a replaceable battery and it's labelled as a key finder, but as you can see you can use it to find basically anything. Now with regards to the actual features of what we're going to be finding with the Chipolo Classic, you can attach it to basically anything you want to. And then all you need to do is connect it to the Chipolo app. Now you can ring the actual Chipolo itself, or you can ring your device even if it's on silent, and of course you can then find your missing items and get reminders when you've lost them. It uses Bluetooth, it's available on the App Store and on the Play Store, so I'm going to be using mine with my Galaxy S22 Plus, but if you have an iPhone you can use it just as easily. Now while it's not necessarily as easy as what you're going to find with an AirTag, the quick start guide is very simple. There's two things that you need to do. You need to find and download the application by going to the website or the Play Store or App Store, and then follow the easy in-app steps to set up the Chipolo, and that's pretty much it and you're ready to go. So moving the instructions out the way, we are granted with the actual Chipolo itself. Now I've gone for this nice matte red colour here, and it's very, very vibrant, so even if you can't necessarily hear the thing, you're still going to see this bright red tag hanging off your keys, for example. Now with regards to the actual paperwork itself, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a ton of warranty details and how to replace the battery. And yeah, so this is how to replace the battery, which is user replaceable, which is really great to see. However, at £5, it may just be cheaper just to buy another tracker. And then we've got a ton of other warranty information that you may or may not necessarily need. Now, unlike a new piece of tech these days, there's not really much to the Chipolo Classic itself. It's bright red, you've got a slot here to actually get in to change the user replaceable battery, and that's pretty much it. Did I mention that it's also red? It only comes in at around 7 grams, so it's going to be extremely light, which is really awesome to see. And then of course at the top you are going to have a hole to actually put on your keys, or if you don't want to use that, you can just, like I say, throw it in a bag, throw it in the wallet. It's extremely slim, extremely light, and it's not really going to cause any problems no matter where you're going to be putting it. So taking the Chipolo Classic apart, as you can see, it's very, very simple. We've got a user replaceable CR2025 battery, much like you would find in a watch, and then a very small circuit board that has all the Bluetooth details on there, and then we can just click it back into place. But how is the actual setup itself? Well, I've got my Tile here, and then I've got my keys, and that's what I'm going to be using the two together combined. So head over to the Play Store and search for the app. Oh, okay. So don't forget, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified of any new videos that I post. So all you need to do is search for the application, which is Chipolo, comes up at the top, and it's the first one on here. Now it does actually have over 500,000 downloads, so maybe this is a little bit more popular than I originally thought. It's got a little bit of information about the application itself, and then all you need to do is click on install. Now the only downside that some people may see to this is you can't use with other built-in trackers, like the Find My feature on the iPhone, for example. So once you're in the application, you're welcome to the application, and then you just have to swipe through the menu. So first off, it's going to give you a little bit of information with regards to how it all works, but this is basically going to be all of the features that we had on the back of the packaging itself, so not really anything too new. It does also give some examples of where you can use it as well. So for example, on pets, in your wallet, keys, backpack, or on a person for some reason. And then you just need to click on Start. Now you can log in or create an account, and I like the fact that I can just log in using my Gmail account. I don't have to create a completely separate account for this application, and then we're pretty much set and ready to go. And then down the bottom we have List, Map, and Settings. So all we need to do is add a new device. So they do have a card option, but this is going to be the more sort of puck option, as you can see here. So you need to connect, and you basically just need to allow a bunch of things with regards to the tracking and location data. So you want to have it as precise and while using the application, just to get the best results when you're actually trying to find something. When you then go on to the next page, you basically have to allow all the time if you want it to do the location in the background, which I would actually recommend doing, because that way if you lose it, you don't have to then go into the application, it can remind you of things, and just in general, you'll lose less stuff. So you need to firmly press the button and hear a sound. I thought you had to move it closer, but you don't, you just have to click it, and then it's set up and ready to go. So as you can see here, it does have a red dot in the middle to match the color of the actual one that I've got. And then it basically asks you what you want to identify. So it's got things like bike, car, backpack, keys, and that's the one I'm going to be using. Now, obviously it's going to be my car keys. So I'm just going to name it car keys and then do continue. So if you want to get multiple of these, all you need to do is just name them something different and you're ready to go. So you can ring to find it, and it actually makes a pretty loud noise, to be fair. So I think if you're going to be kind of losing this, you're going to be able to pretty much find it anywhere just by sound alone if you're close to it. So just click on the stop ringing option there as well. And you do also have the option of actually finding your device as well. In my case, finding my phone. So you have to double click, and again, it's playing a sound in the background. So this is pretty loud, and the cool thing about this is my phone, I'm not sure if you can tell at the top here, is actually on silent, so it's actually still doing a ringtone, even though the phone shouldn't be allowing it to, which is nice. Again, click on stop, and then you can see where you've actually forgotten your Chipolo itself. I'm just going to blur the map down the bottom here because it does have my precise location, but safe to say it's done a really good job of actually locating me. Now next up, it talks about out of range alerts. Now for me, I don't necessarily think that I want to be using this all the time, because for example, if I do go out and I don't need to take my car keys with me for whatever reason, then I don't necessarily want it to remind me that I've left them at home, because again, I'm going to know that I actually have. So for this, I'm just going to click on I don't want this feature just for now, and then we're all set and ready to go. So when you then go back into it, in your list is where you're going to find all of your Chipolos. And I've got my car keys here, it's connected, and it's near my current location, which again is nice to see. And that's actually going to do it, guys, for this video. Now, I have been using the Chipolo Classic for a little while now, and it does a super good job at basically tracking what you need it to, which is good because that's kind of the purpose. However, if you do lose something like your keys or you leave your backpack behind, it's really easy to find and locate what you need to. Now, I did find it the most simple way to do it was basically use the maps in the application to precisely try and find where it was, and then use the sound option to actually make it ring so that you could actually find it a little bit more easily. And I did also have to use the other way around, where I couldn't actually find my device one day. It slid down the side of the sofa, so I then had to use the actual Chipolo to double click, it rang, and then I found my device. So it kind of worked both ways, so it's a pretty good product considering the price that you're going to be getting it for. Really good value. However, one thing that I did miss is the fact that on a AirTag, for example, you do have that precise location details with a little bit of AI in there as well. So basically you can open up your iOS device and it guides you directly to where you need to go to, whereas something with like the Chipolo, for example, you don't necessarily have such precise finding information. It's more in regards to the general location. Now, don't get me wrong, that is still useful because again, if you drop your keys in a field, for example, you're still probably going to be able to find them with a combination of the maps and the sound, but you can't necessarily walk up to it and use the cool feature that you get with something like the AirTags. But then again, you're looking at the price being around 6 times more, so is it necessarily worth it just for that one feature? For me, it's all about finding something that I've lost, and I could do that perfectly fine with the Chipolo. So for me, it's a really good option and a really good budget option compared to some of the more expensive ones that you can find. I will have a link in the description bar down below, and I will also have some other options that are a similar price down there as well if it's not available in your region. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. If you've got any questions or comments about this or anything else on the channel, let me know in the comments below or on Twitter at @CopperVersusGlass. If you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And once you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you're notified of any new video that I post here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. I don't necessarily think I'm going to be losing anything anytime soon, but as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.